I'm sure, Administrator, you heard or watched the proceedings when we had three TSA officers in here. As I said in my opening remarks, one of my major areas of concerns is your intelligence and analyst office and that capability. I'd never heard more damaging testimony than I heard under oath from on that matter. You know, they have, and we have detailed information that we've acquired about some of the personnel that are there, and obviously the qualifications and the background are lacking. What do you want to say to this?
Congressman Mica, thank you for the question. I had questions about the capabilities across the entire organization when I first came in. As you
are you currently reviewing the qualifications and the allegations?
I have a new chief of intelligence that I brought in who is an intelligence professional. He's here. I can report with...
I think that I would like an outline to the committee. I mean, the screening function is fine, and you may find some knives and some guns. They're not going to take down an aircraft. But intelligence is the government responsibility. We don't have good intelligence. And again, I cited an older GAO report where known terrorists are going through the system. This was a risk-based system. So can you provide us with an outline of what you intend to do to correct this situation?
Yes, sir, and I'll also provide you with examples of how we have built an intelligence enterprise, which I think is one of the best in the country now. And I can say that
well, again,
it's been recognized recently by the National Counterterrorism Center with one of their prestigious awards for the analysis that they've done.
Again, it's just most troubling. The other thing TSA has been giving this line, I've seen it in the press, that it's a lack of funds that right now create some of the problems in the lines. That's been put out by TSA, hasn't it?
No, sir. I have not said that it's a lack of funds.
Well, I've seen it from TSA. It's actually staffing. Last night, like at Reagan, at 7 o'clock, they closed some of the lines. TSA cannot staff to traffic. So I mean, I've seen it all over. I had an anecdotal report last week of a member that told me that at one airport, they were backed up lines forever. The other side of the airport, there was a concourse, and there were not thousands standing around, but everybody standing around, and someone can't shift them. And in the lane that the individual was, lanes that the individual was leaving in, two were closed. I've been at National Airport. I've seen the same thing. People can't make a decision to staff to traffic. The other thing, too, is we've got to look at the money that you're spending. The last account I had, we were spending $1.1 billion on administration and $1.9 billion on screening. That's a lot of administration. We need to pare those numbers down. The bonuses that the chairman said, $80,000. I asked the staff, well, how much can we pay screeners? You're losing 30% of the screeners, 30% of the screeners, and 38% of the non-TSO employees leave their job within 1 year. So you could be training these people, and like the chairman said, you've got a boat, you know, with a leak in it, and it's going to sink. But again, how much is, let me ask this question, how much is the bonus you can give to a screener? I'm told $300 a year.
No, it can be higher than that. I don't have the exact number for you.
Can someone tell us the exact amount?
But
I'm told it's about $300 a year. You're giving, that guy got, we'll knock off the 1 month, so he got $80,000 in bonuses, and I got people that are doing the work, not sitting in an office. And I want a full accounting of all the people working in the Washington area. One time, there were 4,000 people within like 10 miles of here working for TSA, making on average $103,000. I'd like that figure into the record. Can you provide us with that?
Yes, sir, we'll provide that.
And then finally, I'm not a management analyst, but these folks testified too that you went from a risk-based system to the system we see out there with these long lines and everything. We've got the summer coming, and they said, if you think, was it the day after Thanksgiving was bad, that we're going to see that every day. What is Plan B? We've gone from a risk-based system now to shaking and thoroughly examining everyone, and no Plan B. Can you tell us about Plan B?
Well, we're still a risk-based system. In fact, we still have TSA PreCheck. We are growing that population. We've doubled the enrollment of that population over last year. And the risk-based approach is the more people I get into trusted traveler programs, the more I can move them through expedited and the more we can focus on those who aren't. We discontinued the practice of arbitrarily assigning and randomly assigning people from an unknown population into that expedited population. That was called managed inclusion. That pushed a lot of people back into the standard screening lanes. We have a significantly larger population of travelers this year than we had previously and has grown substantially. It grew faster at a higher rate than was predicted by those who set the predictions for our budgets, which have been built, as you know, in the past. When I came into this organization last year, I found an organization with 5,800 fewer screeners than it had had, fewer frontline officers than it had had 4 years previously, and that was in the face of significantly higher traffic volume. One of the first things I asked Congress to do was to halt any further reductions to the workforce, because it was my suspicion that we did not have enough people to staff our lanes. My suspicion was correct. We do not have enough people currently to staff our lanes. And we have been systematically scrubbing our budget to hire more.
I respectfully disagree and yield back.
Thank